our Thursday night live class. And today's topic is gonna be a good one, right? A needed one. But right now we're gonna start with the current announcements. So we got the Houston location. They still don't have the new the address on here. So we're gonna get that address for the Houston location. But their classes are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. Right? So their classes are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. And they host the Shabbat noon class or morning class at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So the morning class from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's on Saturday. So if you're local in the Houston or Texas area and you desire to get around brothers and sisters, you got the Houston there. Then we got Virginia, which is 2016 Granby Street. That's Norfolk, Virginia, 2016 Granby Street. And their class days are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And that's from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that's Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then Saturdays, they do the Shabbat noon class, which is from 12 noon to 4 p.m. It's about 4 or 5 p.m. Right? So that's the Virginia location, 2016 Granby Street. And then we got the Rochester location, which is us. We're 1600 Lyle Ave. Right? 1600 Lyle Ave, Suite 1A. And that's our class days are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Right? And then our Shabbat noon class is from 12 noon to 5 p.m. Right? Right? Hey, when it's done. Somebody got questions or a point is being made, we go. Everybody chuckling in here? Right? Everybody want to chuckle. And then we got San Antonio, which is their location is 444 Walsham Road, Suite 201. And you got their class days is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And they go live on YouTube on all those days, including their Shabbat. So their class starts at 7:30. Their class starts at 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then on Saturday, they start their class at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So that's the class. That's the different schools that we have, and of course, the 4 different schools that we have. If you just local in these places, or you live in a state near one of these places, right, or a city near one of these places, come on down. If you're watching online, come on down and come to class, right? Get around some brothers and sisters and gather together, as the scriptures say, right? So let's do it. And the next feast that we got coming up is the Feast of Dedication. Right, Hanukkah. So the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, it's going to be from December 24th, sundown, to January 1st, sundown. So this is the Feast of Dedication, aka Hanukkah, December 24th, sundown, to January 1st, sundown. And that's the feast that we have coming up. So again, you got the heads up. It's what? November 7th? Today's November 7th, Thursday, and it's 8:17 p.m. You have the opportunity to pre-plan for yourself to be able to make it to Hanukkah. You got 4 different schools to choose from, right? You got 4 different schools. You got San Antonio, you got Houston, you got Virginia, and you got Rochester. If you're in these areas or local to these areas, or the flights might be closer for the areas, or a drive might be better for that area, choose an area and go. Choose an area and go so that you can be able to get around the brothers and sisters that you watch online. You can sit down and have a conversation with a brother Uriah, right? You can sit down and see Tahara. The brothers you see read on the side reading, right? When you hear the sisters in the back, you got to, you sit down and chat with these sisters live and in person, so that when the camera cut off, that's not the end of your interaction. Right. You see that? But you got a feast day, which is from December 24th sundown to January 1st sundown. So we got that going on. And then we also have the Blog Talk Radio. So we got different streams of just delivering the knowledge. We got the blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, right? That's been going on for years. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. So that's a good way to start your morning for a truck driver, right? For a medical courier, right? You might deliver medical supplies to the people, right? Who else?
Just driving to work.
Just driving to work. Waking up in the morning shower, you getting it started from there.
Morning job.
Or you might, morning job, you got a warehouse job, they let you put your earpiece in at Amazon.
Yep.
You can do it there. So you got the blogtalkradio.com, and he's live. And if you have a moment's pause, I think you can call in too, if I'm not mistaken. Right? You can ask a live direct question early in the morning. Right? You might have argued last night with your rib, right? Or you might have had some issues with the bills, and it had you up last night. And you might need an answer. You can get a live direct answer right there and call in. Right? So you use that opportunity. We also got the 5 Minutes of Wisdom, the Hidden Truth Bible Show, right? And the Israelite Media Corps. So we working. Right? We all working. And so take advantage of that, man. Take advantage of the knowledge that's being given. This is everything that you've been given, everything that we all being given is what? People are paying thousands of dollars. People go to college. They're in college debt right now for the stuff, the information that we're being given. For free.
Yeah.
Right? All the things we learn to do. They in college right now stressing on how they gonna get their books for the next semester to learn how to do it while you're here getting it for free. So don't take it for granted. Don't take 5 Minutes of Wisdom. Don't take Hidden Truth. Don't take Israelite Media Corp. Don't take the Blog Talk Radio. And don't take general class like what we're about to do right now.
Right.
For granted, because there's people paying a psychologist right now, making that guy a millionaire who's only talking about symptoms. And not really giving them a real medicine.
Yes.
You see that? The cure. Yep. Not the pill to just deal with it. Right? Throw it to the side and for a moment you hazy and you can't even focus on class. Right. No, you're getting a real cure. So take advantage of it. And then we got kids class on Saturday the content will be posted. Right? The content will be posted on it's held on Saturdays at 11 a.m. early in the morning, but the content will be posted on the S.O.W. Children. Is it Children?
Children of Light, I think.
Yeah, S.O.W. Children of the Light. So, and that's the new channel, right? That's the new ways. Okay, so it's not ISBK Kids no more. No. Okay, so yeah, so S.O.W. Children of Light, and that's also the TikTok and the Instagram. You can double check that. Double check that. Oh, okay, I thought you had your hand raised. But that's the different channels that we have. That's the different streams of information, different ways we deliver information, right? The truth, the word. And then we also got the Israelware. So if you're trying to get something made, I would put it in now because pretty soon the sister's going to be taking care of the Passover clothing. So if you're trying to get something made, I advise you, get it now. A headband, right? A hoodie, right, with fringes, t-shirt with fringes, something custom made, right? If you're trying to do that, I advise you to do it now because they're about to get busy pretty soon. And they're already been busy. Yeah. Right? They're already busy with orders right now. So you better put your order in now. Get ready. Right? So now that's what we have right there. We have the Israelware, right? And that's all been merged into one umbrella, which is Chosen Creations. So you can find it on ISBHPK, which is isbhpk.com/fringed up. So everything's still getting, transitioned over, but you'll find it under that Chosen Creations, right? So here in Rochester and in Virginia, we got Hebrew Academy every Monday. So every Monday we got Hebrew Academy. That's Virginia and Rochester on Monday, and Houston does their Hebrew Academy on Tuesday, right? And they don't do the Zoom no more, but you can tune in as I'm going to go into it. I'm going to go to Quasi's phone number. You can contact him if you want to be able to find out more information on how you can join, right? As I call out the numbers of the different priests and the different locations. So, but you can contact Priest Kazakia at 757-300-4047. That's 757-300-4047. And you got Priest Quadazad, which is 303-557-8979. So that's 303-557-8979. And you got Priest Zion, which is 346-234-8340. That's 346-234-8340. And then of course we got the two businesses like we said, Chosen Creations and Sweet Ambiance. So you can support in that way, right? Let's say you don't want to just drop regular alms in the sense of just giving money. you would like a nice decoration or a menorah design on a t-shirt, right? You got a lion pillar at your house that you ordered. You wanna get it engraved, right? You can get that too. You got it so far, right? And you got gold on it, metal on it, and you want to get it engraved, you can do that as well too. So any design that you desire, we can take care of. So, well, not me, but the body, the school, the Kazakh, and the artificers, right? So they can take care of that. And then of course we got general donations for those that just want to drop regular alms too. And that's the you can go to the donations, and actually the donations is capital letters ISBHPK donations. Right? That's the cash app. ISBHPK donations. So you can do that if you just want to drop general alms. So, but that's it on the announcements. That's it on the announcements, and we're going to go straight into the class. So, because it's a good one, it's a needed one, it's one that we always need to hear. You know, it's a sisters class, but like we always say, it's a class that's good for what? For men and women, right? For men and women, why? Because as a man, whether single or married, it's good to know it's good to understand, because the Bible is what? It gives us understanding on just dealing with different topics for men and for women. So, but for a man that's aspiring to be a husband, this is good information to know. Because these are things that we have to consider about our sisters, right? And for a woman, right, it's good for you to know, because you're understanding where you're coming from, you're understanding what you got to fight for, and why are you even in this knowledge? Why did the Most High even wake you up? So it gives you purpose. Right? So as you see, the title is Kingdom Goals. Kingdom Goals. Sisters, what's your mission? So let's go straight to the straight point. The first point. It says the Most High is calling women that are at ease. This is the first point. The Most High is calling women that are at ease. Right? The Most High is calling women that are at ease. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Just to start off, because this is a good topic. You know, it came in a moment, but it was off of a sister's statement she made, you know, like about what's our mission? What's our goal? What's our purpose? You know, she want to understand that. And that's kind of where the class came from. And when it's put together in the thought of considering we got to always think about where we're coming from. So let's go into it.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9.
What?
Yeah, it was his, even though it's a sister class, it was a brother. He asked something.
Mm-hmm.
He put it on Facebook. I seen him. He's like crying out because I was posting the Chosen Creations up on the news feed, and so people would see that. But his guy used to know. He was crying. He was like, "What is my mission? What is my purpose?" Sometimes I don't feel like being on this earth. And I put in his inbox what our mission is and what our true purpose is. You know, to be prophets and kings, to be priests,
right?
For the Most High.
Yeah, but one thing, just adding on what you're saying, we don't ever slow down to think about what this we do, but I don't think sisters be conscious of this, and then sometimes you gotta remind yourself to be conscious of it too as a brother. The sisters part, you know, they may not be priests, right, but they do have a role in teaching the other women, a woman that reaches a mature state in the spirit, supposed to teach the other sisters on how to do what? Serve.
Yeah.
You know, how to really be a woman of God. How to really be an Israelite. They're supposed to be instructed. So, but go ahead. You saying?
Yeah. So I gave him that, and just to ease his mind on like the true purpose of our existence. You know, is to worship the Most High. So I just gave him that because he was crying out for help. So it's an old friend that I used to know.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But it just hit me. It just hit me when you said what is the purpose? That's what he said. What is my purpose? So that's why it hit my head. You going over that point right now. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that works. So, but as you see, this class ain't just restricted to what? To women, because these scriptures is universal. So it crosses the barrier, right? So let's read that.
Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
What's the Most High saying?
Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
So he said, wake up. Right?
God.
He's saying, wake up. That means there's some sleepwalking going on. And not the sleepwalking where you ain't there, when somebody's snapping at you, you just walking by.
Right.
This is sleepwalking that what? You're not mentally there.
God.
You're not mentally engaged. Because you're not aware that you have a part in this nation. You have a part and role to where you're supposed to be building as well. Because the nation, is it just men?
Nah.
No. The nation ain't just men, it's men and women.
God.
It's brothers and sisters, children and teenagers. So if we're saying nation, we're thinking about every person that's involved in it.
God.
Right? And women are involved in that nation, but the Most High needs the women to rise up. He needs our sisters to rise up, to be awake and see that the way we were living was not life. Right? The way we learned to live, the way we learned to grow up, that was trauma.
God.
That was trauma parenting.
God.
Right? That was that your parents used on you.
God.
Right? That was anger parenting that they used on you. That was negligent parenting tactics that they used on you, but passed on from generation to generation.
Yeah.
Right? The poom dress, the get it by my lonely, the independent woman, all that stuff was things that we picked up from where? Picked up from hurt.
Yep.
They picked it up from hurt and harm. So that's why the Most High is saying that we got to rise up, because that type of woman, that type of individual, that type of a man that would accept that type of behavior from a woman is what? He's perpetuating slavery.
God.
He's perpetuating America. She's perpetuating America. She's saying it's okay to be a slave.
God.
Some knowingly, and some unknowingly. Right? But it's the Most High saying, rise up, women. Read.
Ye women that are at ease.
At ease. And even that word, at ease, right? When you look up the definition of it in the Eastward, in Hebrew, the word next to it says, in a bad sense, haughty.
Mm-hmm.
In a bad sense, haughty. But let's get the definition of haughty. Let's get that definition of the word haughty. Right? Who got it? Definition of haughty, right? And we know that that's dealing with what? That's dealing with that pride.
God.
Right? But let's get a visual look at it. That definition of haughty, right? Because the Most High is trying to get our sisters to wake up. But he's trying to get them to see what's causing them to not care for the right things. To not care for the children. To not care about the order in the household. Right? To not care about playing a role, in the nation. Even single or married, right? Because you got single sisters. Well, what's my mission? I'm not married. Right? Well, your mission, you're supposed to fall in love with the church. That's married and unmarried. Fall in love with the church. Fall in love with the sisterhood. Right? Doing the busy boxes. Fall in love with that. Setting up the field trips. Fall in love with that for the kids. You got it?
Haughty.
Go ahead.
It says proud and disdainful.
Proud and what?
Disdainful.
What else?
Having a high opinion
There you go.
of one's self.
But when you have a high opinion of oneself, what does it cause you to be? At ease.
Oh, God.
When you have a high opinion of yourself, it tends to make you nonchalant when somebody's telling you a change is needed.
God.
When you have a high opinion, you're like, I don't see why you want me to put on a dress. The basic thing, right? That some people, that they tend to fight with.
God.
Yeah.
When you're trying to get a woman who's haughty to transition into the truth and the requirements of the Most High. That's just a basic entry, right? Level thing that that's how we look at it at this point, right?
God.
But we know for people coming in, that's not always the case.
God.
It's a major thing. But that can be a war within itself. But because she has a high opinion of herself, she's fighting just transitioning from wearing pants to a dress. Right? A woman just fighting that. And that's a danger to society. And what society? The society of Israel. Because when you're trying to build, that's something that's destroying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, what? My dress? Not wearing a dress? Yes. Because it's teaching the women to disobey, the younger women, the teenagers, the daughter, to do what? Disrespect God. You saying, God don't know nothing. I know something. Because why? the women are at ease, which is what? Haughty.
Okay.
Another word for it is haughty, read.
Lofty.
But read that part again.
Oh, the definition?
Yeah, the definition.
It says, proud and disdainful, having a high opinion of oneself.
And that's the key. The Most High is trying to wake up the women that have a high opinion of themselves.
Okay.
He's trying to get them to see the flaws. He's trying to get them to see their flaws. Just like he's doing brothers, right?
Okay.
He's trying to get us to see our flaws. That, like 1 Timothy 3:1 say, you got to be blameless, the husband of one wife, not a drunkard, not a brawler. Okay. He's trying to get us to see ourselves like, oh, damn, I'm a drunkard. I'm a brawler. I don't know how to run my house. I got work to do. Okay. But I have to put the work in. But he's trying to do the same thing with our sisters. Get them to see that they're at ease. That they're distracted by the world. The world has them distracted. Right. But that's coming from trauma. You see that? Okay. Because why do we get so infatuated? Women and men do this, though. Mm-hmm. They get so infatuated with love and hip-hop. And they be like, I don't know what's wrong with her, girl. She just ran at that girl and you know, Jessica wasn't even talking about her. She's just assuming stuff. But not looking at themselves, they're looking at somebody else's reality, right. Not realizing they do the same thing. You see that? But the Most High is trying to get our sisters to see that mindset is causing them to be at ease. That's the danger. That's the danger to growth. That's the danger to Israel, to the nation of Israel. But read on.
It says, with some contempt for others.
With what?
Some contempt for others.
And that comes from what? Somebody saying something to you. Right. Somebody that's telling you that you're off and what you're doing is wrong, how you're thinking is wrong. It causes you what? To be upset. It causes you to be at distaste. And now your mind is fighting against the word. It's jumping around. Because why? The change is hard. The change is hard because you have that high opinion. If you lower your opinion of yourself, it'll be easier for you to rise up like the Most High is telling you to. Because that's not your way. The way we think now, like all the things that we battle with that go contrary to the word of the Most High, all those things are just American ways of thinking, Edomite ways of thinking. Mm-hmm. Right? And if it's not Edomite, it's just Egyptian. If it's not Egyptian, it's East Indian. Because we know America's influenced with every culture. Yeah. Right? So all the things that you fight against is really not even your culture. It's not even your way of life. It's not even something that you would like if you knew the knowledge beforehand. You see that? But the Most High is showing us that our women have value. Because even in this verse, he's showing the women, you have value. So I'm not trying to, let's go back to the verse.
I love the way that you just start off with the introduction of the mentality and the spirit of pride that is can be resting on a person right. Of their viewpoint, but that viewpoint comes through the residue of America, through America or past captivities, the Roman, the Greek captivity, right. These other nations that
you passing. Yeah, that's early.
that stems from.
Yeah.
And then it's just passed down generations through our parents and our fathers without even getting checked yet. Right. Now we have the Bible to clean that up. Right. I like where it's going, the mentality.
Boom. So, but you see it, yeah. Right? And I want to make sure, as we are in early, does everybody else see it? Con? You see it, sis? So far? Con. Okay. Yeah, but that's the direction we're going, and just to show that your value is being hidden. Mm-hmm. Right? The real thing that's precious about you is being hidden. And when the Most High he's challenging the sisters when he makes this statement. Read that one more time.
Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Go ahead.
Hear my voice. Ye careless daughters.
Because your high opinion is causing you to be careless. So now when you deal with the children, it's short and it's careless. Right? And now you got to think about that. But, because like we're saying, this is a woman's class, but what is a man able to take from this? When you're short, you're not able to teach her to not be careless. Right? When you're angry all the time, you're not able to show her to not be angry with the kids, right? So as we're going into it, just let us be also conscious as well, right? That of what we're supposed to be taking as well, as we're learning what the sisters have to take in as well, right? So I just want to slide that in as we talk about it. But he's saying, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. He's bigging you up. He's saying that you're valuable, you're a unique character. An Israelite woman is a unique specimen. Let's say it like that, right? Yeah. A unique person, a unique woman. Because there's no other woman on earth like an Israelite woman. Yeah. The things that you can go through, but still rise above. You gotta think about it. I Googled it today. Harriet Tubman was 27 when she escaped. And then a year later, that's when she started doing the Underground Railroad. That's a young woman. But she spent her lifetime doing that the whole time. She was young. Madam C.J. Walker, 37. And this time and age, the people that's 37 try to act like that's completely old. When that's not. That's just grown. She was 37 when she got hers going. That's Madam with her hair product. That's Madam C.J. Walker. How many old people we meet in the mall? We met one the other day. A nurse she's like 76. It was one of y'all, working with one of y'all. The nurse that's going to New York. She was in her 70s. Y'all remember? Okay, but she was in her 70s. She was going to New York, but she's in school right now. You lived your life. You're a couple years from being able to retire.
Right.
She's a couple years from being able to retire. But why am I pointing out these women? There's something about an Israelite woman that stands out above what the rest of the women in the world focus on, which is folly, foolishness. But our women fell into that trap by way of us being what? Captive to the other nations. And we pick up their culture, their customs. Trying to be like the other nations. But that's why the Most High is saying our sisters got to rise up. This is why he's saying you got to rise up, because you're wasting your potential on focusing on the world. On giving more time to worldly people, you're wasting your potential. When you have value, we just got to tap into it. But catch that on, you're right. Catch that. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Okay.
Hear my voice.
Do what?
Hear my voice.
If you just listen, if you cast your opinion to the side, and you hear his voice, read.
Ye careless daughters.
You'll see the things that you're messing up in. You'll catch the areas that you're slipping up in. Right? The way you talk to your husband. The way you talk to brothers. The way you deal with the kids. The way you interact with people at work. Right? How everything just makes you angry and throws you out the spirit. The doubt displeases you on it'll show you.
God.
Because those things are causing you to waste your potential. Those are the weaknesses that's causing our sisters to waste their potential. Because there's greatness in our sisters. There's greatness in our women. The things that they know how to do, right? What degree you got?
Psychology.
Yeah, a psychology degree.
Yeah.
She was a what?
Bachelor's psychology degree.
All right, but she was working hard for that.
Yeah. You
got to care about school being there. Listen, I went to school. Well, I can't say I went to school. I signed up for college. I can say that. I signed up for college, showed up strong for 2 weeks. I showed up strong for 2 weeks. And I did what? I stopped coming after I got that financial aid check. I didn't go for the financial aid check. I didn't go for that. That wasn't even in my mind, but I was like, this is sweet.
Yeah.
Right? But I didn't like the fact that I had to start over on the 9th grade lessons. I didn't want to do that. That kept me away from the school. Going to college. But she went through that. She wanted that. She pushed past that point. It takes effort. But what am I saying? I'm saying that the sisters are, you have purpose. The Most High has a mission for you, greater than what you experience in the world. But you have to cast off that carelessness, that spirit that I don't want to hear the word. I don't want to hear the wisdom. I don't want to hear what you have to say because I'm already set in my mind. I'm already setting my mind on what I want to do. You got to fight against that. Read.
Give ear unto my speech.
And give ear to the Most High speech. Go to Mark 2:17. All right, he said, give ear to the Most High speech. So we have to put the care in. You have to give ear to the Most High speech. That means you have to stop yourself. You have to stop your thoughts. You have to stop your emotions. Right? The Most High shows you that what? The Most High is trying to show you is that what? You got to fight against the flesh. You got to fight against the spirit. The flesh. Excuse me. You got to fight against that flesh because it's trying to slow you down from being great. Which is what you are. We got to tap into it. Go ahead, read that.
Mark chapter 2, verse 17.
And this is why we went to that first verse. Read.
When Yahushua heard it, he said unto them, they that are whole have no need of the physician.
And that's a rhetorical statement. He's saying that why? Because he knows that all of us are sick. All of us are coming out of that sickness. Everybody's coming out of the ghetto. The ghetto was a project, an experiment. Put these people in tight conditions. You put anybody in tight conditions, they're gonna lose it. That back seat of a car that have 3 rows, that little tight spot, I don't like it. I don't like that.
Can't breathe.
Yeah, you can't. You feel like you can't breathe. But you're not even chained up. You're not even chained up, but you feel like you can't breathe. We're sick. We're coming out of sickness. Using a single parent home, sickness. Foster care, sickness. Right? Been raped, sickness. Been touched, sickness. Right? Been abused, sickness. Right? Been lied to, and the lie hurt you, and now you don't trust people, sickness. Your father let you down multiple times? Sickness. Your mom let you down multiple times? Sickness. These are all sicknesses. We're all sick. You lie? Sickness. You lazy? Sickness. Obese? Sickness. Overeat? Sickness. But these are all sicknesses that brothers and sisters deal with. That as we're coming out of the world, these things are hindering our potential. These things are hindering our sister's potential from coming out. So if you ask, what's your mission? What's your purpose? What's your goal? It's to get to the kingdom. But there's things that we have to do. We have to understand there's things that we have to do to get to that point. And it starts off with this. The holding out of position, but what?
They that are whole have no need of the physician.
Go ahead.
But they that are sick.
It's the recognition. It's the acknowledgement. Because that's what will stop you from that same thing. You getting rid of the sickness is what will get you into the kingdom. Right? And doing the works, get you into the kingdom. But that same sickness is what will stop you from getting into the kingdom. That's brother and sister, right? But we're talking about sisters, kingdom goals, right? What's your mission? What's your purpose? What's your duty? What's your first order of operations? I like to say in the military, your first order of operations. As you wake up to the knowledge to recognize that you're sick and acknowledge it. And just get the work and get the help. But to do what? What's the end goal of you talking about the sickness? Of you calling out the sickness? Read.
I came not to call the righteous, but the sinner.
He said what?
I came not to call the righteous.
He said, I didn't come to call righteous, so we're not hiding. None of us are hiding. He already know when he woke up. He woke up a beaten, battered brother and sister. He woke up a woman that's angry. He woke up a woman that's sad. He woke a woman that go from angry to sad. Right? You got to realize that the Most High already know when he woke up. He already know that we're patients. Right? And then when you go from patient, you go from to a helper. A helper. Because now you've learned what you got to learn at a level, but it starts off with you realizing that you got to work at the sicknesses. Because we've been at ease for so long that we've developed the sickness into an opinion. As if it's value. And what does that mean? the sickness became an opinion. Nobody can judge me. That's what everybody says, right? Nobody can judge me. I'm just being me. What's the problem with me being me? Right? You got the barracuda nails, right? I'm just being me. I'm just expressing the real me. You wearing damn shirt with no bra. I just want to be comfortable. No, that's a sickness. That like the figure of your breast, that's for your husband at home, right? That's not for everybody to see. That's shameless. But the Most High showed us, He came to call the sick. Read.
I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance.
Because He's trying to call sinners to repentance. But why do y'all think He would want to call sinners to repentance? Why do you think He want to call our sisters to repentance? Go ahead, Tyron.
He can get something together so he can like the righteousness. Because He said He's not coming for the righteous, He's coming for the sinners.
Right.
So, like, if you already righteous, so-called,
Right.
He ain't coming for you.
Right, so-called.
He's trying to get to, you know what I'm saying, the people that sent the sisters that sinners. The sisters and the brothers, the sinners, so they can be really righteous.
Boom. Yeah, and they're supposed to be now helping others. But what you got?
Man, it's beautiful, this scripture, because not only that you got to acknowledge that you're sick, but you got to, the sick person, the patient, have to acknowledge the physician and let him do his work.
Say that one more time.
The patient has to acknowledge that they're sick, but not only that, they have to acknowledge that they have to let the physician do their work.
Right.
Because if they fight against and kick against and punch against the medicine, the antidote that the doctor is prescribing, then you will never fully get healed. You might take some medicine one day, then the next day, I don't want to take it like a kid.
Right.
You gotta try to force feed them to take the cough syrup when they're coughing.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? But I know the physician too. They're gonna be smart because they might put it in some applesauce. Might crunch it up, put it in some applesauce to try to feed it.
Yeah.
But it has to be. But the patient has to realize that this is a physician here to help me. That physician loved me. It was sent by the Most High.
Right. And I like that you said that because this is something that brothers always used to say. Imagine you with the battle that you have and the task that we know we must do, which is right what we're doing right now, teach the word. And you're the head of the school, but you got all those battles. Or you're the elder sister, so to speak, right? And you got all the battles, and you're supposed to be the one that's being the example amongst the sisters. What's that going to cause? What do you think your battle going to cause? I don't want to do that. Right? Your husband tell you to do something, you don't want to do it. Right? Let's pay this bill first, and we'll worry about that bill in 2 weeks. Well, no, I want to pay it all right now. Okay, we ain't going to have no gas money right now. We need some gas money. This bill could wait. But I don't get you. He's just arguing. What you gonna do with the sisters when they have an idea? You gonna automatically settle down. It might be a good idea, but because you have a high opinion, you can't hear the idea. Somebody have a good idea, and they sharing a good idea, but you ain't gonna hear the idea, and nor are you gonna do it even if you heard them out. And then you go like, well, and when the good result does not come, you're gonna be looking confused. But the Most High is showing you what that type of mind can't lead. That type of mind can't be an example for the sisters. But that type of behavior as men you can't accept. You got to develop that person. But that person has to realize, like you said, that they're sick. And they got to be able to receive what the minister is giving to them. So what's the point of this first point? It says the Most High is calling women that are at ease. He's calling those women that have a high opinion of themselves. And he's trying to break down that opinion so that you can start seeing that you're sick, so that you can get the real healing, so that you can help others.
Con.
Go to Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 32. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 32.
Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 32. Because the Most High is trying to get our sisters to see that it's a lot that goes into it. Just as much, the same type of work that a brother got to put in to change, the same type of work a woman has to put in to change. We got to fight. Your husband's not going to get you into heaven. Right? Your father's not going to get you into heaven. Your auntie that's in the truth that brought you in is not going to get you to heaven. Right? Your 17-year-old son that woke you up to the knowledge is not going to get you into heaven. Right? Your brother, your sister, the teenager that's working hard, is 18, he's not going to get you into heaven. You have to put your own work in. So you got to ask yourself, what's your mission? What's your goal? What's your purpose? Well, this is the beginning of it. It's the change. You got that?
Con.
Come.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 32.
Uh-huh.
Can a maid...
2 verse 32. That's Jeremiah 2 and 32. You said the wrong verse, but you're reading the right one. You said the wrong chapter, I mean. But you're reading the right one.
Okay, you said 2 verse 32?
Yeah, Jeremiah 2 and verse 32.
Come. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 32.
Come.
Can a maid forget her ornaments?
Right?
Or a bride her attire?
Think about that. Our sisters make sure they're tip-top shape before they leave the house. Before they go into the club, before they go on vacation, they make sure they got all their kits. What they do, all they go is to Sephora and Macy's to get the best, latest makeup. The best, newest dress. To do what? To make sure that they're right. To make sure that they're on point. To make sure that they look good.
God.
Outwardly, though. That's outward. They make sure their hair is done. They make sure their nail is done. They make sure their toes is done. Right? They make sure they got their the shaver in the shower, right? To make sure they shave all that hair off in areas that's not comely for a woman. So you take care of all the physical things. It's like the Most High, you don't forget those things. But why is he sending you into the knowledge? Why is he waking you up to the knowledge? What aren't you doing yourself with your relationship with the Father that causes him to have you here in class? That causes him to have you wake up to the knowledge? Read.
Yet my people have forgotten me days without number.
Because this scripture is twofold, right? It's talking about the nation of Israel. They make sure they don't point with everything that they care about. They make sure they put spirit into the things that they care about. But the things that have to pertain to the Most High, we what?
Yet my people have forgotten me.
Right. Go ahead.
Days without number.
Days without number. You go months, years, lifetimes without caring for the Most High, without opening up the Bible, right? Without studying, without asking questions, without being around. So that you can do what? Fulfill your desire. That's at ease.
Yeah. God.
That's the at ease that the Most High is talking about. You're not thinking about him. You're not thinking about how you disrespecting him. You're not thinking about how you disrespect your household when you act the way you act. When you think the way you think. That's bringing the wrong type of shame to your family. Because you're misusing the things that's in you that's valuable. The way you talk. Right? A woman can cast a man down with her speech. But she can build it up. You use your tools the wrong way. Or as they say, assets. Right? Whether it's your verbal communication, your outward appearance, right? The womanly appeal. You use these things the wrong way.
I get what you're saying. It's like you got array of tools.
Mm-hmm.
You got your toolbox.
Right.
But you're supposed to be using, a screwdriver, but you're using a wrench.
Right.
When the screw, you're supposed to be using a screwdriver to screw the nail in.
Right.
But you're using a wrench, using the wrong tool for that purpose.
Yeah, you just misusing what God gave you.
Yeah.
for vanity, right? You use your beauty to be a video vixen, right? To be an Instagram model, to be a TikTok dancer, right? You met a TikTok dancer in the mall in Virginia last year, fresh out of high school, and I was like, what do you do? She was ashamed to say what she do, and went to where she's making millions, to where she was at the cart texting one of these big rappers that everybody like, Lil Pump. She texting him at the cart, but she's ashamed to say what she do. You would think somebody would be excited. I'm in a space with people that's considered so-called to be influential. I mean, they're influencing the wicked, not those that's in the word. But that's influential to the wicked. She was ashamed to say it because why? All she's doing on TikTok is dancing. This is Manasseh. Dancing. So she's misusing what God gave her as a tool for evil. And she goes on to explain, yeah, this old man creeps, always inboxing me. But you're facilitating that. She's facilitating creeps coming to her. But the Most High is showing us that you got to use your value the right way. And it takes you giving your attention to me. Cast your opinion to the side. Yeah. Give your mind, your time, your spirit, your effort to me. And I will heal you. I will save you. Right? But we got to stop something. We got to stop something. Read verse 33.
Verse 33.
Uh-huh.
Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Our women got to stop doing that. Trimming your ways is what? You're lessening your value to seek attention from another person, from another thing. So, how do we do that in the truth? You're ashamed to speak about the knowledge with your family. Right? You take off your dress, you take off your head wrap when you're around your family. When they're doing things that you know is off, you don't say nothing. But you got all the bark for your husband. Right? All the mouth and attitude and all the wisdom so-called for your husband when he's trying to tell you to do the right thing. But when your family, when it's time to stand up for righteousness for the Most High with your family, you can't do it. You're mute. About as quiet as the room. All right? That's a problem. Because you're trimming your ways. You're lessening your value. You're not allowing your full potential to come out, your virtues. Which is good moral characteristics. That's the definition of virtue. Good moral characteristics. Read that.
Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy way.
And now what? Because we so influential that even if our sin, our neighborhood's filled with trash and it's all messed up.
Right.
It's dirty, the buildings is beat down, but you go to a private school or you go to an academy school and your wife friend want to come where? He want to come right in your neighborhood. He want to come right in your house. There was a YouTube video of a millionaire white boy coming from a millionaire family in Los Angeles. Y'all might have seen it. And then he becomes a Crip. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that guy. He becomes a Crip. But the Most High is saying it right there. We taught the wicked ones our ways. You got a rich little white Susie. She want to do what? She want to wear eyelashes. Right? Kim Kardashian, they want to get the big lips. Right? They want to get the shots in their derriere. Right? To pump up, to get a figure like our sisters. But we don't realize that's the shit. That's the thing the Most High wants us to get rid of. Because he's trying to get you to see your value. He's trying to get you to see the mission, the purpose, the goal. Because your husband can't make you see what the Most High wants to put in you. He can only teach you and guide you, but only you have to really say to yourself, this is what I want to give myself over to. I want to give myself over to showing other women how to be righteous, showing the children how to be obedient to the Father. Think about Hannah. Hannah Hannah straightway gave her kids over, gave Samuel away.
Yeah.
She told the Most High she was going to do something. She prayed about it.
Yeah.
The Most High opened up her womb. She did what? Gave her child right over to the Father. How many women can do that right now? Give your child to the ministry. You're like, I don't trust y'all. But you trust the teacher in school teaching the kids lies? You gotta think about that though. But the Most High trying to get our sisters to see their value though. This is the point. Your value, you gotta stop letting your value be trimmed by seeking love and attention from the world and liking what they like. Because what they like is coming to an end. The Most High's about to burn it. I mean, look at it right now. He calling out Diddy,
Yep.
J-Lo,
Yep.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, all these people that's considered well-known people. He's calling them all out. Cardi B. He's showing you how much they don't have wisdom. The internet helped us see how stupid these people are. For real. Because people didn't have this type of access to celebrities that they have now. Yeah. Where they see their livelihood, literally. You see them making dumb decisions. Fat boy SSE, he over here arguing with his baby mom, told him she lived in the shelter. But then she comes back on a clapback with him and says, I just don't want to let you know where I live. So he's rich, but he's what? With finances, he's rich, but they're dealing with what? They're dealing with hood drama. They both are being disgruntled. They're distracted, but that's what we're trying to save sisters that's in the Most High trying to save sisters that have the knowledge right now from that life. From baby mama drama, from baby daddy drama. You don't have to deal with that. You can do something better, something more rehabilitative. Something that'll save a soul, save your soul, save your kids from danger. But they don't have to hear bullets flying. Right? They don't have to know what it is to be whored out. They don't gotta know that. Male or female. They don't gotta know what it is to be the so-called player pimp. They don't got to. You can help them. But it's by being what? Increasing your value with the Most High. Drop that. Let's go to 2 Ezra 16, 77. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 77. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 77. We gotta see though, the mission, the goal, the purpose, it starts off with each individual sister. It starts off with each individual sister literally saying to themselves, I desire to be a new creature. I want to be changed. I want to be like Sarah of the Bible. I want to be like Rebecca. I want to be like Esther. And I want to have an effect on our people the way that they did and do. Because we're still reading about them right now and the way that they lived in their lifetime. For the Spirit of the Most High that they allowed to jump on them. Read that.
2 Ezra, chapter 16, verse 77.
Woe
be unto them.
You said what?
Woe be unto them.
Why is the Most High giving you a purpose? Why is he giving you a chance to be saved? Why is he giving sisters and brothers a chance to get away from destruction? Read.
That are bound with their sins.
Because he's going to destroy a brother, a sister, a woman that's bound in her sin. That means you're given to it. That means you see no wrong in it. That means even when it hits your heart, you reject the Spirit of the Most High to do the right thing. So 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 77. Right? 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 77. But we reject the Spirit of the Most High when we do those things. He says, woe be to them that are bound with their sins. Read.
And covered.
And what?
And covered.
Because you see that? The Most High is showing our sisters that you're covering yourself with the wrong thing. That means what? You're defending yourself with the wrong things. You don't have to defend yourself in a way no more like you did in the world, where you shut down everybody, you cut everybody off. You want to stay alone. Because why? You don't trust people because of what you've been through. You don't have to cover yourself with that. That's not a shield. That's not a shield of protection. That's a method of madness. That's a method to destroy the household. That's a method to destroy the sisterhood. And what you try to build. Because you gotta ask yourself, well, what is my goal? What is my mission? What is my purpose for being here? What am I attempting to do right now? Am I here to learn to be better, to be a better wife? Am I here to learn to be healed so I don't have to deal with the trauma anymore and I'm not replaying what happened to me when I was 10 years old? I'm not replaying what happened to me when I was 6 years old. And then when I think about it, it makes me what? Sad and cry, and I want to listen to Aretha Franklin.
Right.
You gotta ask yourself, what's your mission? What's your goal? Because the Most High doesn't want you to be covered and bound with sin. What else does it say?
And covered with their iniquities.
You covered with what?
With their iniquities.
The evil doings. Read.
Like as a field is covered over the bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns.
Right. And now you just adding sin unto sin.
God.
Right? Pride unto pride. Lust unto lust. Ego unto ego. And you just building a big pile of ego and lust and pride and just debauchery. The Most High is showing us that He don't want you to be covered with those things. Because those things are what's hiding your value. And what you can do in this mission, in this purpose, as you're striving for the kingdom. Because I'm going to keep saying it. You're valuable. Sisters are valuable. They're needed. And they're appreciated and they're wanted in this mission. In this fight against the nations, right? As we're trying to fight to reclaim the state of our people. Because we're coming from a destroyed state. We're trying to reclaim the things that made us shine as a people. Spiritually, the virtues, the qualities, the mannerisms. Right? Like all the things that the nations fantasize when they talk about us on YouTube. You see those YouTube videos when they talk about, man, it's just something about a black woman. It's just something about a black man. They just like, it's the way they walk, the way they talk, and it's like the way she flow with her walk, her swag, her delivery in her speech. All the things that they're infatuated with. Right? But those things, that swag, that spirit, it comes from somewhere. It comes from the Spirit of the Most High. But we got a polluted version of it. And they see a polluted version of that swag, that spirit, that walk, that talk. They see a polluted version of it. But we just trying to say, just like I'm trying to say in this class, is that raise your value. Raise your value. You got more to offer. You got more things to do, but you just got to do what? Go to James 4:7.
Oh, this or?
Well, did you read that?
No, I got to finish the last piece.
Oh, go ahead. Finish it.
Like as a field is covered over with bushes,
go ahead.
and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through it.
Yeah, stop stopping the blessing. It said that no man can travel through. Stop stopping your blessings. Try a dosage of humility. Right? Try, give yourself a month. Right? Give yourself a month of trying to resist your own opinion. And see how better you'll feel in your mind. You'll be quiet. Your mind will be quiet. Because you're resisting. James chapter 4:7. Go ahead.
James chapter 4:7. Submit yourself therefore to God.
He said what?
Submit yourself therefore to God.
That's the goal. That's the mission. For you to learn how to submit yourself to God and do what?
Resist the devil.
Your mission is to do what?
Resist the devil.
It's to resist the devil. And to teach others. But you won't know how to do that if you don't realize that the things that you're coming from with the world, because you can't mix the world with the truth. The battles that you came with from the world, you can't be covered in those things. You can't allow yourself to be bounded in those things. Because those things won't allow you to submit to God. And therefore you won't be resisting the devil. You'll be giving in to him every time. But challenge yourself this. to fight against your opinion for a month and see the good results that come from that. Every time Satan try to get you to fight against your husband's directions, try to fight against the elder sister's directions, right? Try to fight against what the class is telling you to do through the scriptures, obviously, right? Try a dosage to just say no. I'm gonna lock in. Try no. I'm gonna say no, Satan. You'll see the good results because your willingness will increase. Because that's what the Most High is trying to start off our brothers and sisters with. Your willingness. So that you can partake in the things that will get you into the kingdom. Y'all see that? It's so that you can partake. And as a brother, you gotta say, I can't accept this behavior from a woman. I have to seek out the counsel so I get the right method, obviously, right? So I don't apply the wrong type of pressure. I have to seek out that counsel so I don't apply the wrong type of pressure and I don't act out of emotion. But the Most High showing us that what? For the sisters, he's trying to raise your value. Let's go to 2 Ezra 16 and 49. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 49.
2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 49.
Uh-huh.
Like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity.
It says what?
So shall righteousness hate iniquity.
Like as a whore envieth a right and honest, virtuous woman. So that's supposed to be a transition.
Oh, what was that?
2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 49.
Uh-huh.
Like as a whore envieth a right, a honest, and virtuous woman.
Right, a woman that's dealing in whorish behavior. The Cardi B's, the Beyoncé's, the who else is out there? The Sexy Reds, right? Who else is out there? Glorilla's, Megan Thee Stallion. They don't want to hear this.
Miami.
Young Miami. They don't want to sit down. They won't sit down in this class right now and take this in, like you doing. They won't sit down and take this information in like you're doing right now. Because they don't see the value in the word. But the Most High hit you with some sort of light in your spirit. He hit you with the word. And you received it as the truth. As this is the way, but now it's just the fine-tuning work that's got to be done. It's just the fine-tuning and the changes got to be done. You got to let yourself be tweaked. You got to let your opinion be shifted so that your opinion is now the word of the Most High and whatever thus said the Lord. So you're supposed to be like just like that whore. She envied a righteous woman. You're supposed to be transitioning from being in that mentality. Because that's the mentality our people coming out of. The whorish behavior. Right? The orgies, the pornography, the weed, the alcoholism, right? We coming out of those things. The behavior that you learn from your mom, from your dad, you're coming out of these things. And you're trying to come into something new. You're trying to become that righteous and virtuous woman that the whore envies. Because you put off all those things. You put off all the things that your cousin was involved in, your auntie was involved in. And then now when they look at you like, girl, what's wrong with you? You just gonna let them control you like that? When they say that, guess what? Just know you're doing a good job. That should motivate you more to keep being humble and listening to your husband. Girl, so now you used to let me use the car all the time, so now I can't use the car? So now I can't come over? That sounds like a cult.
Yeah.
Just know you're doing a good job. Don't let that cast away your confidence. You're doing a good job. Because the Bible just said a whore is going to envy an honest and right woman. Okay. Because you're listening to what the direction of your husband. You're obeying. Because you know that's the pleasing, not only to your man, but to the Father, that you're doing those things. And we know in righteousness, right? Not evil, in righteousness. But the Most High showing that's the transition that's supposed to happen. That's the transition that He wants. He wants you to reach this pinnacle where you're an honest and right woman, a virtuous woman, a woman filled with moral good qualities. Go to Job 30:28.
precept on that.
Oh, go ahead.
John 15 and 19.
John 15 and 19? What was that say?
John chapter 15, verse 19. If you were of the world would love his own.
There you go.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the
Most High
world.
did what?
Have chosen you.
If you were of the world would love them. They don't like you. They don't like the decisions you make. They get upset with the decisions you say. You got the things you tell them you can't do. The things you tell them I don't want to do that. When you say when they're trying to invite you to the bar, you're like I don't want to go to the bar. Girl, stop being a party pooper. Right? They tell you these things.
Yeah.
So you just gonna disown your family like that? Ugh. God don't like ugly. They try to flip it on you, knowing they don't care about the word at all. But they try to use God's name in the sentence of trying to attack you, to cast your confidence down and do something negative. But the Most High is trying to transition you to a higher purpose.
Yeah. God won't have that many constraints on you.
Right. This stuff to distract you for no reason.
Yeah.
They're trying to distract you. Well, go ahead, finish with that, Tyron.
But I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore the world hateth you.
The world what?
Hateth you.
The world hates you. That should make you smile.
Yeah.
From cheek to cheek. If your people's now, just get the balance. Yeah. If you're provoking it, and you're doing it you're provoking this hate. Where now you expressing your love for the truth, but you're doing it all the wrong ways. And now your family members upset with you. Because it don't always gotta go that way. It ain't everybody's situation ain't that.
Right.
It don't always gotta go that way. But sometimes it'll happen that way. But we don't want to be the ones creating something to where now you're arguing with your auntie and it could have been peaceable. There could have been a more peaceful route. That's where counsel comes into play.
I should have read 18 first because it say, if the world hates you, ye know that it's hate me before it hated you.
Which is?
That's what I'm saying. Like I should have read 18 before I read 19 because the world hate God because he righteous.
Right.
So of course they gonna hate, you know what I'm saying, anybody trying to be righteous because they not righteous.
Right. So. And you know, and sometimes they disrespect what you do. You know, and just to bring the balance, you know, sometimes they disrespect what you do, but it's always about our approach and how we're approaching them with the way we deliver the message. Right. So sometimes it's that, but sometimes some people just belligerent. So on either spectrum, it should make you smile. Either spectrum, it should make you smile at somebody's. Because they're what? They're putting you in this. Now you exercising the word. And now the Most High just seeing you battle against evil. But these are the things that the Most High look at. Where's your cure at? You know? Because he's trying to do what? Job 32 and 8.
Job chapter 32, verse 8. But there is a spirit in man.
There's a what?
But there is a spirit in man.
There's a spirit in man. Read.
And the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding.
And that's the spirit that the Most High is trying to wake up in our sisters. This is the spirit that he's trying to, read that one more time. This is the spirit that he's trying to wake up in our sisters. The Most High is trying to give our sisters understanding. We got to stop resisting the understanding. Read.
But there is a spirit in man.
There's a spirit in an Israelite woman. Read.
And the inspiration of the Almighty.
And the Most High is trying to inspire you to rise up. He says, who's going to rise up for me against the evildoers? He's trying to get you to rise up against the women that are living in sin. He's trying to show you to come out of that same sin. So that you can show them step by step how to literally get away from the pum-pum dress. Right? From the sexy red mentality. Right? From the Megan Thee Stallion mentality. Cardi B. He's trying to show you step by step, process by process, how to literally become this honest and virtuous woman. So that you can teach these other sisters how to do that same thing. And that's the spirit he's trying to put in you. That spirit in man, he's trying to get you to tap in that. Because he's trying to give you what?
Give it them understanding.
He's trying to give you the understanding. He's trying to give you the understanding of all the things that causes you to stress and doubt. So that can no longer be a thing, so that you can teach the next person how not to stress and doubt. And the next person, and the next person. Till what? Till Christ comes back. And now you got good work stored up in him. But that takes time. It takes us doing what? Doing the work to change ourselves first. Right? The Most High is trying to get us together as a people. But this takes us to the next point. It says, your glory was turned to shame. Your glory was turned to shame. And go to 1 Maccabees 2:11. Your glory was turned to shame. 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 11. Your glory was turned to shame. Go ahead.
1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 11.
Right. As we're going into, right, the Most High is trying to stir up your spirit. He's trying to get you to see what has to be, what has to change for you to fulfill your mission, for you to fulfill your purpose. And it starts off with you. It starts off with you realizing just where we're coming from. It starts off with you realizing that the things you picked up in the world was destructive. But read that. And what was the root of that destructiveness? That's causing you to not fully see the understanding that the Most High is trying to give you. Read.
1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 11.
All
her ornaments are taken away.
All her what?
Ornaments are taken away.
That's literal, but also spiritual. Why? When it's saying ornaments, it's talking about the beauty. The beauty of a woman. But it's literally talking about ornaments. Because at this time, our people was being pillaged. Invaded. Right?
Yeah.
When we once had our own land, when we was in our own homeland, we was invaded and everything was taken. If you read back in verse chapter 1, it tells you in 1 Maccabees 1 and 22, you don't gotta go there, I'm gonna just read it. I'm gonna just read it real quick. It says the table of the showbread, the pouring vessels, the vials, and the censers of gold, the veil, the crowns, the golden ornaments. It says, he took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also, he took the hidden treasures which he found. It says, and when he had taken all, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Talking about Antiochus. But then we jump to verse 26. So that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble. And then this is the key part. It says the beauty of women was changed. Meaning they were raping and beating the women. And slaughtering them. They raped, they beat them, they slaughtered them. Then these women had to see their husbands, as they were about to get married, some of them, be murdered. The children be murdered. Right? People, the kids being taken away from you. So our ancestors at this time experienced what we experienced when we read the history of slavery in our time. The babies being cut out the stomach. Right? Then the baby heads being bashed against the rock and the brain splattering. Imagine how that destroys somebody's mind. Imagine how that destroys somebody's zeal. Imagine how that destroys somebody's hope. That's what your grandma experienced. Fast forward to the behavior your grandma had now. She picked that up from all her grandmas of the past. All the grandpas of the past. And it's fast forward to our sisters now. And that's why we carry these characteristics where we live in, like I said in the beginning class. We got traumatic behavior that we're coming out of. We have trauma-built behavior that we're coming out of. Learned behavior that we have to come out of. Because these things, if we live in the constant, you constantly replaying the behavior of somebody that's seen death, what you gonna breed? Death.
Right.
You're gonna breed alcoholism. Because you're thinking about your baby daddy that got shot last year. When the kids need you right now. You think about your father that you don't know Some people don't even know their dad. Some women don't know their dad. Some brothers don't know their dad. Who's my real dad, Mom? And you to this day don't have that answer. And that hurts you.
Yeah.
Right?
Done.
Your uncle touched you. Your auntie touched you. Right? And you like, damn, you don't believe me, Mom? And you know that happened? And you constantly, you created a idea of lifestyle, living, based off that experience. Mm-hmm. And somebody not believing you. Again, what's your purpose? What's your mission? What's your goal? It's to repent. It's to change. It's to overcome and show another how to do so. But if we keep replaying the cycle, you're going to be stuck like a hamster on a wheel. Constantly replaying pain. And then it goes into the relationship that you jump into. Right? Then it goes into, now you're not around those worldly girlfriends that you had. Now you're around sisters. And then when you see somebody move, you're going to misinterpret their behavior. Because you've seen something that seemed similar to the behavior you've seen in the world. And you're like, oh, no, I got to jump ship. Because you was hurt. You was raped. Your beauty was changed. Your mentality that's talking about too. Talking about your mentality as well. Our sister's mentality was changed. And then you gotta think about it. From the Greeks, we went to where? The Romans. Right. You said it earlier. From the Greeks, we went to the Romans. From the Romans, we went to the damn Africans and the Arabs. Yep. From them, we went right back to Esau. And then from there, everybody just had a hand. So we've been tossed around like a whore. But that's what's happened to our women. But now you don't gotta get tossed around. Right. Because the Most High is waking you up to your true mission, to your true purpose, to your true goal. Go to Lamentations 5. Oh, finish where you at. And then somebody else get to Lamentations 5 and 11.
Okay. First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
All her ornaments are taken away.
You've been stripped. You've been stripped of all the gold, the earrings, everything. We're gonna go there too. I ain't gonna jump there. We've been stripped of all the things that you use to physically beautify yourself. And it's been the things that made you modest has been raped out of you. Literally and spiritually. The TVs, the movies. So it's distracting you from your mission and your goal. It's distracting you from learning how to fulfill your mission. How to fulfill your purpose as a woman in Christ. Because, again, I said earlier, your husband can't get you into heaven. Your auntie that's in the truth can't get you into heaven. Your brother that's in the truth can't get you into heaven. You got to get you into heaven. You got to fight for your spot. And we pray that the Most High allow us in, right?
Yeah.
You got to fight for your slot. Read that.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
All her ornaments are taken away.
Right.
Of a free woman is she become a bond slave.
Of a free woman, she's become what?
A bond slave.
Now, it's talking about the nation of Israel, but it's likening this moment of what's happening to a woman. What transpires with a woman as she goes into bond to slavery. All the things that beautify a woman are taken away. She's stripped of her glory, her position, right? She's stripped of her status of being this wife to a concubine, to a whore, right? To a mistress. That's what was happening to our women during the slavery. That's psychologically mess you up. Yeah. So when people sneak up on you, you do what? You jumping. You ready to attack. But the Most High is trying to cure you of that, man. He's trying to cure the sisters of that. So that you can start having the ability to focus more on the mission. Because your kids, they need that example from you. Your son, your daughter, they need to see a strong, your son needs to see a woman that he can say, okay, Do you have the qualities that my mother had with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, me as a daughter, dang, I need to be like my mom. She's patient. Man. She controls her tongue. Like when her and daddy are talking, she don't lose it. She's calm. And she just asks questions. To learn though. Right?
Yeah.
But this is what the Most High is trying to show. You have a duty, you have a purpose, you have a mission, but you gotta let go of the distractions so that you can start doing it. Go ahead. Was that it on it?
That was it.
Go where you at.
Lamentations 5:11.
Yeah. Just to show you, this is happening in different eras. Our sisters was getting raped in different eras. So you got traumatic behavior. You don't see a lot of destruction. Read that.
Lamentations chapter 5 verse 11. They ravished.
They what?
They ravished.
Yeah, they ravished. Go ahead.
The women in Zion.
I mean, they raped. They literally raped the women in Zion. They literally pulverized Israelite women. So who can say that I'm not sick and that I don't need help? Because this is your grandma from years, 1,000 years before. These are aunties from thousands of years before that's been raped. And the same thing happened in this time. And it's happening right now. Sex trafficking is on an all-time high. And a lot of Black, Hispanic, and Native American women are the ones that's getting that done to. It's coming out. It's on the movie screen. It's not a fairy tale. Abercrombie and Fitch, Diddy, all these guys. The Jeffrey Epsteins, all these guys, the movie producers, the Black gatekeepers doing it, right? To our people. The Most High is trying to free you so you don't get distracted, so that you can really take in the knowledge, to really become the woman that he's desiring you to be, an honest and virtuous woman who can teach others also. But that was it on there, right?
And the maid in the city of Judah.
Right. So northern and southern, the whole nation. Our women have been getting beat down. Well, the first Maccabees chapter 7, verse 17. This is what we've been seeing.
God.
This is what brothers and sisters have been seeing, hearing, or know somebody that's been through it. The reason why I'm going to these verses is to show trauma. Right? Pain, and pain. That's all you've seen. That's all we've seen. And we've learned bad and unhealthy behavior to cope with those things. We pick up a lot of bad habits mentally and physically to cope with that. Right? You was bullied. You was told you was ugly. You go get the makeup. Right? You start dressing the way that you see whorish women dress to get attention. And think that's it. So all you know is pain, and struggle. Right? And you're like, well, damn, my parents they had me in church. Well, all you see is self-proclaimed righteousness. Right? My parents had me in church. My parents had me in the dress. I'm just cool with that. I'm good with that. Well, you see self-proclaimed righteousness. You've seen Pharisaic behavior. So you've now adopted Pharisaic behavior. Right? Female Pharisees. We hurt. We sick. But what's been happening to us all through our lifetime and happening to our people? Read.
So, First Maccabees chapter 7, verse 17. The flesh of thy saints have they cast out.
They did what?
The flesh of thy saints have they cast out.
Yeah, the women are saints too. The women are saints too. The Most High wants the sisters, he wants the sisters to do right. He wants you to be upright. But you gotta see that we've been ravished, man. How many cases of like you can go on YouTube, Google right now, and you'll see the missing cases of women. How many women is missing? Thousands, if not more. And we know it's more. It's more than what they report because that's just what they're able to pick up on, capture.
Yeah.
But all this stuff, all this pain, the abuse and the horror. You even see how people getting dropped, bodies dropping. You grow up in the neighborhoods that people be like, damn, you don't want to just walk in there and you don't know nobody. Avenue B and C and D, right? And what y'all say, Thurston? Or Jefferson?
Genesee.
And
Jefferson.
Right. In Norfolk, you got Calvert Square and Park Place. Right. Did I say Park Place? Young's Park. Oh, right. I know them.
A lot of our sisters don't even get reported missing. They just like tag them off as runaways or whatever. They don't even report it like, you know what I'm saying? The authorities don't like put it as missing kids. They just say, oh, they ran away. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know how many of our sisters really being trafficked, kidnapped or not. Cause they just like, oh, they runaways.
Yeah.
They was there having trouble at home, so they just ran away. They come back. They come back.
Yeah, treat them like a dog. Treat them like a dog. And that's what our sisters been treated like dogs. So we gotta see that the Most High trying to make you back into what you are, a princess. A princess is delicate, she's kind, she's mannerous, she's loving, right? A upright princess, let me say that. A righteous princess. She's loving, she's kind, she's mannerful, she's all these things. She's gentle, right? She knows when to introduce herself, she knows when to exit herself. Right? So there's the mannerisms of a royal.
Right.
And that's what our sisters are, but the Most High is trying to bring our sisters back to that same state of mind. Okay. You see that? And it's not about, in mind you, when you're involved in this work, it's not an age thing. Oh, I'm 75. My years is done. I'm 29. I'm too young. Right? I'm 40. Because when people like say that 40, I'm stuck in my ways. Right? And most I don't deal with age, he deal with a willing spirit. So, this walk, most I deal with that willing spirit, but he's trying to see that, our women, our people, they've been shamed. We've been shamed. We've been brought to an open shame. Naked. They shame us every day on the news. Purposely. Right? Knowing dang well they people doing the same things, times worse.
Right. Worse. Way worse.
Same things. But they vilify us on the news every day. He's put to an open shame. That damn brother that they put on, he off drugs. He shot the cop in Chicago.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's off drugs. Yeah. Open shame. They put Lil Durk to an open shame. Right? And when our sisters do, Cardi B's on an open shame. Right? You gotta see that. You coming from a lot of just shame. Like, not the shame that the Bible talks about where it's modest, but shame where you devalued yourself. And you've given yourself, because you've been broken and lost of hope, you just given into the rape. The mental, the physical, you just given into being raped by the system. You just given to being raped by the government. You being given to being raped by the entertainment industry. Right? You're being raped by the model agents. Spiritually, in your mind, because you value what they desire instead of what God wants, and physically. Because we know our sisters do what? We know how to bury you. Right? Monster ball. So give it all up. Go ahead.
I was going to add too that some of that shame be like a cry for help. But when they see it, it's not observed as a cry for help. It's like, oh, she ratchet, or she thinks she all that. But really, the trauma that she been through is causing her to act this way.
Right.
So now that's her defense.
That's her defense.
Yeah.
But now for a sister that use that tactic, that's coming to knowledge, you gotta start learning to release those defenses. Because this is not the case. This is not the harm zone. This is the get well. This is a wellness center. All right. This is a rehabilitation center. So the things that we have in there for sisters to do, dealing with the children, right? Doing the feast, the feast days, hosting, cooking, doing the decorations, the cooking on the Sabbath, right? The cleaning the school, These are all godly things.
Yeah.
So we're trying to rehabilitate our women with the method that God gave.
Right.
So you don't have to use those tactics no more.
Come.
So the Most High is creating an environment for you to be able to focus on your purpose, so that you can get to reach the end goal, which is the kingdom.
Come.
But you got to learn to clean yourself up so that you can start focusing on doing the work that shows the Most High that you're fighting for Him, and that now you value the life that He's giving you. But go ahead.
Come.
What, you got something?
Oh no, that was it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finish reading?
Yeah, go ahead.
Come.
Was that it?
Nah, it's more on this.
Go ahead.
It says, the flesh of thy saints have they cast out.
Right. And you gotta see the flesh of the saints that have they cast out. They kicked us out of the whole nation. We went over here on a whole other hemisphere.
Come.
And some that kick out, they just what? They murdered. They slaughtered. Read.
And their blood have they shed round about Jerusalem.
They what?
And their blood have they shed round about Jerusalem.
They shedded your blood in your own homeland. But think about this. The Most High said that He created the earth, the world for Israel. Our blood is in every sand, in every dirt, and in every building that ever been on this earth. Because He said, the Most High said He scattered us across the whole world.
Come.
And they pillaged us everywhere. They pillaged our women everywhere. Set them up as concubines to be raped everywhere. Right? Esau come in the middle of the night to the cabin, step away from his Edomite rib and do what? Rape the women. But the reason why I keep harping on that is because that messes your brain up.
Yeah.
That messes your mind up. Where you're seclusive now. And you generations away from that, and you probably never experienced that, but wow, women got this seclusive behavior. Because of hurt, harm. Somebody's been through it, and now they develop behavioral traits that they think is healthy. And taught you that without even trying to teach you that. But we got to stop using that so we can start tapping into the value. And I don't know if it's a sister side, but these things that apply to other brothers. We got to stop using the old tactics so that we can start being valued and used, and the Most High can hear your prayers when you cry out. You see that?
Come.
Well, go ahead.
And there was none to bury them.
There was what?
There was none to bury them.
And nobody cared. But who cared? The Most High.
God.
But who cared? The remnant that the Most High put on earth, that He inspired, just like He's trying to inspire you. Because who was burying the people in the time of Tobit? Who was burying the people in the time of Tobit? Tobit. He was burying the people. So somebody cares. Brothers care. Sisters care. The Most High cares, which is why He put the Spirit in those brothers and sisters. The righteous men, the righteous women of this time. And He wants you to be one of those individuals as sisters, but you gotta fight for it. You gotta fight for it. Go to Jeremiah 7:34. And somebody else get Ecclesiastes 4:21. Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 34. And somebody else Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 21. Let's get to Jeremiah first.
Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 34.
Ooh. Go to Isaiah 3:18 first. What you had?
You said Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes 4:21. But God's going to go to Isaiah first.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 18.
18. Yeah, we're going to just read through that.
Come.
Because this is the shame. All the things that you covered yourself with, that we start to value above the Father, cause us to be shamed. Because let's slow down and think about it a little bit. How was the nations even able to conquer us? It's because of our behavior before they even enslaved us. It's for the sins that we did before they even was able to enslave us. We already cast the Most High away in our heart before the enslavement happened.
Right.
So our sister already started to put these things above the Father, above what their husband was instructing them to do, before the Father actually enslaved us to where now the nations raped our women, raped the brothers, murdered the children, murdered the pregnant, cut the baby out of the pregnant woman's stomach, and slaughtered the baby against a rock. Before all this happened, we started to reject the Father. Because we got distracted from the mission and purpose. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery.
The what?
The bravery.
What's that bravery? That high opinion that you develop because you're like, I'm rich. I'm rich. I mean, look at it now. If you ain't got a, what they say on YouTube? If you ain't got you ain't making $100K a year,
If you ain't making $100K, you ain't six feet.
Uh-huh.
You ain't athletic.
Right.
Tall, dark skin.
Mm-hmm.
With a brush cut, with braids, either braids or a brush cut with waves.
Right. I don't want you.
I don't want you.
But that logic, they don't just lock that in relationships or dealing with men. They lock that in with just life. Somebody's telling them, yo, sis, why are you wearing that dress? You don't see your cheeks showing? Nigga, I make money, nigga.
Right.
Right? It's all about the Benjamin. This is what they want to see. What's Shaq tell that little girl? Shaq's supposed to be a mentor. He tell the girl, listen, I just think the WNBA should be, y'all should be playing basketball with, just showing up. Like, just saying, she told the girl, the same clothes you wore wilding out.
Yeah.
The same clothes you wore wilding out. The same little shorts you wore wilding out. He told Angel Reese, the basketball player. Yeah. The same little booty shorts you wore wilding out. That's what they call those things, huh?
Yeah.
They call those because it was an outfit. I know they call those little shorts that people go to sleep with, booty shorts.
Right.
But I didn't know what they call that. But basically, he told her, you should wear that same thing playing basketball. They should have y'all wearing those same things playing basketball. Now she put that on herself by wearing that.
Right.
She garnered the attention that she desired. But now you got what's his name? Shaq predatorizing you. He's doing a predator attack on her. But they're trying to act like he's still a mentor.
Right.
That was blatant. But he's trying to act like he's being a mentor. He's like, bro, God gotta get all the sales. But she felt a little bit not a little bit, actually a lot uncomfortable when he said that. But there's women that don't feel uncomfortable. There's women that agree with that.
Yeah.
There's women that roll with that. I mean, they're doing OF. They're doing OnlyFans. These are regular women. You a teacher by day, OnlyFans by night.
Yeah.
Like, nobody want their kids, teachers to be a OnlyFans star, especially now with the internet that is so accessible. And now you see a teacher in school, and I guarantee you, if the student make a remark, you're going to send them to the principal office. But you the one doing the defile act. Now the kids shouldn't be on the channel either, right?
Yeah.
But so it's two wrongs gonna make it right. So it's still wrong on both ends, but you're promoting, you instituted that behavior. But that's the bravery that caused the Most High to say, okay, I'm not gonna defend you. I'm not gonna defend the Israelite woman. Because you got distracted on what your mission was really about. What your purpose was really about. Why I gave you what I gave you. That made you unique, whether physical or spiritual. But read that.
In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their claws and their round tires, like the moon. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels.
So all these things they call out is jewelry and accessories. Jewelry and accessories. Read.
The changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods and the veils.
Go ahead, right.
Man, the part where it says changeable suits, man, that's crazy because my mom used to always have. She had a full. That's come on. That's was on point, man. Cause my mom had the full closet with the mink coats, the dresses, the big hats when she wore them to church.
You said mink.
Yeah, she got like 30 hats in the closet. I'm like, what are you trying to outdo? I'm trying to outdo them sisters when I go to church Sundays. You know they got big hats. You know they ain't competition. You know I'm gonna beat them when I get there.
All right.
So, and then it's changeable. They got all these different outfits they can put on. Like I don't have to wear that. No, I'm gonna wear this.
Right.
red with this. They got a walk-in closet.
It's true. But I mean, when you think about it too, what the sisters do for prom night? They have 2 different dresses. They have 2 different outfits to switch into. Because you got the regular prom dress, but then you got the after party.
Oh man.
Yeah, so they switch it up. The changeable suits of apparel.
Prom dresses today, not even like prom dresses like back.
No, they take it to the next level now. they wearing wedding dresses at these prom dresses.
No, they ain't even wearing no clothes at the prom dresses now.
Oh, yeah.
So like it ain't even the prom dresses like a prom nightgown.
Because when you used to think about a prom dress, it was something elegant,
Yeah.
classy, and distinguished from what you would genuinely wear.
Now it's just like
Club outfit.
they ain't got like what's that? That's not even clothes you supposed to wear in the house.
Yeah.
But you wearing it out the house where everybody can see it. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And if you think about it, I like that y'all said what y'all said, because it even slowed down to make you think, well, what is the mission? What is the goal? What are we as women supposed to be fighting against in this truth? It's against valuing the things that the Most High gave us as accessories.
Right.
You know, you valuing the physical things, the materialism, the materialistic things of the world, and the opinion of worldly people.
Yeah.
And you look at America's standard of what beauty is, right? And it distracts you from wanting to do what's pleasing to the Most High, because you see the rest of the world running to do evil. And you're like, well, you're fighting against your mind from being this woman that values, you're in competition, in an out of order sense, in a negative sense, but you're in competition with other sisters where now you're trying to be better than somebody, so now you got to show that what? You know more. So now you got a prideful way of talking. That's still connected back to what? That high opinion of oneself. Because that's the bravery. You have this, because bravery is, we typically think about the word bravery, we think about something positive. But it's talking about bravery in the wrong way. You develop a bad habit of the wrong type of bravery. You do things without communication. Right? You do things without thinking. You do things through rash behavior. And then when somebody shows you to slow down and think about all the dangers, you don't want to listen to it. Because why? I got a ring. What do they say? It says the tinkling ornaments. The tinkling, or you got the gold, you got the earrings, you got the glasses, right? You got the Ray-Ban glasses, the Gucci glasses, the Fendi glasses, right? You got the Ray-Bans with the Meta. You know, you can see, you can live stream.
Yeah.
Right? You taking trips to Dubai, you on a jet ski.
You got the big duffel bags.
You got the big duffel bags, right? What you mean about duffel bags? Like designers?
Yeah.
Like,
Michael Kors bags.
Oh, you got the Michael Kors. Oh, okay, yeah. You got the suitcase with the carry-on bag with the little pouch. So you got the bundle deal when you went to the Gucci store. So now you feel like you're on top of the world. Right? You feel like you're on top of the world and nobody can tell you nothing. And that is what played a part in our nation falling. That behavior, that thought process, that person, that sister, our brothers and sisters, right? They got distracted on the mission. And that's what made the nations be able to destroy us. And now we're trying to reclaim what we lost. Right? We're trying to reclaim what we lost, and it takes us not being distracted by these things. The very same things that destroy us. What are people go crazy for in the mall? The nose rings, the rings, the earrings, the bonnets. Right? They're going crazy for these different things. The changeable suit of apparel. They're going crazy for the Jordans. Right? And these are women. Right? They're going crazy for the dang, they trying to put on Ferrari. Right? Designer Ferrari. I'm just thinking about where I'm from, Miami. Sisters trying to put on Ferrari. So they became scammers. Right? Well, at one point in time, it was men sending women sending mail to women's houses to scam, but now the women then picked it up and got wickedly smart. Because not really smart, it's wickedly smart. It's foolish. Wickedly foolish, right? They got wickedly foolish. And then what? They start trying to do the same thing the men got doing. But not knowing that's the behavior that got us in trouble. That's the behavior that got you in trouble. So what's your mission? What are you fighting against? You fighting against the independent woman mentality. You fighting against the prideful Sexy Red, Beyonce, who else? Cardi B mentality.
Right, Nicki Minaj.
The Nicki Minaj. You fighting against those spirits.
Yeah,
You know, because those spirits is what's perpetuating the sin in our nation with the women.
Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce. But
I want to add too that also with that bravery, you know, these are the things that make our people, well, so-called make our people. You know, you see what they go hard for. They go hard for these carnal things, but the Most High stripping it away is like, who are you without that?
right.
That's like it's revealing who you really are. Like, what do you have to offer other than your appearance?
And when we see that nothing.
Yeah, kind of.
Because when you see those videos when they're being in their interviews with these so-called high-value men,
Right.
Yeah.
and they're a woman proclaiming their womanliness
Yeah.
on why they live and why the way they think is okay, they don't got nothing to say.
Kind
A lot of times they get shut down.
of.
If it's a dude that really know how to kind of talk a little bit, he'll shut him down and she won't say nothing because they know that it's true. You know?
Right.
So yeah, it's like you don't have nothing, but the Most High is showing you that you do, but it's in Christ.
Right.
What you have is in Christ. And what you have to offer is in Christ. And it's the way the Most High is trying to get you to live.
Kind
So, go ahead.
Jeremiah 10:2.
Oh, I gotta get on this verse. This is 9:58. It's 9:58. Time done flew.
Kind
Go ahead.
of. Verse 24.
We gotta at least finish this one because I got Jeremiah 7 and then the Ecclesiastes 4:21. And then after that, next time we can finish the other one because we got 2 more points after that.
Kind
Go ahead.
Verse
Or
24.
3. We got 3 more points after that, so we can finish it. What's it? Thursday?
Kind
We better just finish it Friday.
Kind
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent.
Right, and we see that in the mall.
Kind
That pH balance, when we put the oil on them, they're like, I can't smell it.
Right.
Then we be like, let me see. Because a lot of times people be capping like they can't smell the oil. You know the oil is cold,
Kind
right? You smell it, you're like,
Mm.
you gotta clutch yourself from making the body language like the you stink body language,
Right.
right? And I'm not trying to speak down on this, but that's the reality of what the scriptures are saying.
Kind
I'm just expressing a reality of me seeing, brothers seeing,
Yeah.
sisters even seeing, right?
Yeah.
Where that is a true statement.
Come.
Because you think about it, it's two situations. Our sisters value the outward appearance, but then some of them really don't. Because they be having that aroma. And that shows that they really not taking care of themselves.
Kind
The way they think they are, the way they gas themselves up. We be in these houses, man, that the person that got evicted,
Mm-hmm.
when we be doing the clean outs, right, with care, creating a restorable environment
Kind
with the brother Aman. And be in this house, man, be women in there, and with their kids, it be a woman and kids. You don't be seeing no photos of the father.
Right.
And some of it be our people, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, the house be like in a disarray. It be messed up.
Man.
It be messed up. And be having an aroma that's not comely. The restroom is in a manner that's not comely.
Right.
But again, we know that our people are destroyed
Kind
for lack of knowledge. So as I'm saying that, I'm not saying that to speak down on our sisters. I'm saying that to say this is the reality of what the scriptures are saying when you give yourself to the negative mind.
Come.
When you get distracted and you don't focus on what your purpose is as a woman in this truth. You see that?
Come.
Because brothers ain't perfect either.
Right.
Come.
Listen, we been in some of those houses with men. But and then sometimes the men come to the cart and that PA they're like, I don't smell it.
Right.
And you gotta clutch yourself. You doing a light tack thriller,
Right.
trying to keep yourself together,
Kind
and then the aroma's not there.
Right.
But it's because why? We destroy for a lack of knowledge. The knowledge that we learned and picked up from the world, the thing that you envy is causing you to be distressed in your spirit, which is causing you to have a lack of self-care.
Yeah.
Physically, spiritually, and mentally.
Come.
That's right.
And this is what the Most High is trying to save our sisters from. And that's what the next poem is going to go into, about the Most High reviving the modesty of the Israelite woman, but we can go into that another time. You know, the Most High is trying to wake up our Israelite sisters and brothers, man. He's trying to wake us all up, but as we talk about the sisters' mission, you know, we gotta wake up. Was that on that verse?
Lie.
Go ahead.
And instead of well set hair, baldness.
It said what?
Instead of well set hair, baldness.
And why do our sisters gotta go to Elam and get their hair that they donated to a weave shop? I'm not trying to disrespect my sisters. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to disrespect my sisters. Your hair you got the best, highest grade of hair. A nurtured spirit will nurture the hair.
Okay.
To where now that length will be on 10. I mean, I see sisters. My little cousin, she got way more hair than me. It's long. Her mom been taking care of it for since she was a kid. But her hair is on 10. But our sisters got great hair. But it's the lack of care, because our hope's been destroyed. Right? You've been battered and bruised. You're coming from grandma that's been battered and bruised. Right? So when they look in the mirror, they don't have a love for themselves. So they don't care about it. Like, think about it. Our sisters be looking crazy with that hair. The pink hair they walking them on with, the rainbow skittle hair they walking them on with. But that's a person that's hurt. They've been destroyed for lack of knowledge. So as I'm speaking on this, I'm not trying to attack the sisters. I'm just saying what the scriptures are saying. This is a result of bad behavior. Stress can make the hair fall out. These are stressed out women that hide behind jewelry, is what it's saying. Since you want to be brave behind your jewelry, I'm going to show you the results of thinking and sticking in your own way. I got something more valuable for you. I got something that'll make you glorified for real. In the right way, for the right reason. Not because you was Cardi B, who was a known stripper in New York, who then got popular for messing around with certain celebrities, and then ended up on a reality TV show, and ended up making you into a rapper when you rap lyrics that's not your own because you can't rap. And now you become this wife of a dude that's just cheating on you and don't care about you, but that pumps you up with kids because he don't know how to care about you, because like himself, he's destroyed for lack of knowledge. What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for when serving the Father? Somebody that just fought against the Word of God? You can't be distracted. You got to let go of the distractions. You have a mission, you have a purpose, and you have a goal. But you got to lock into it. Because if you don't set that vision for yourself, you're going to be distracted by the world. And the world's going to always keep pulling at you, nicking at you, stabbing you, poking you. You know when you step on a nail? That's what the world's going to be. Let's say a monkey on your back. But the Most High is trying to save our sisters so that you can help save other sisters from in this battle against the world, against the nations, right? Against our people that's doing what? Giving themselves to this world. You have a high, listen, you worth, it says a Proverbs 31 woman is worth more than rubies. You, the person, each and every person, you're worth more than a gold, ruby, diamond, whatever precious metal that they got on earth.
Right.
That's what the Most High said. Okay. But how do we raise our value to where we are that ruby, to where we are above that ruby? How do our sisters raise up that value to where they are above that ruby? Like we said in the first point, acknowledge that you're sick. Work on the areas where you're sick and realize that the sickness is causing you to be distracted, to not really see the mission, the goal, the purpose. Acknowledge that things has happened to our people that's causing them to walk in shame and act like the shame is a buckler. Buckler being a shield of protection. The shame is not a protection. Our grandmas and our aunties and our uncles and everybody that we knew getting raped, beat, robbed, being in the streets, it's not a badge of honor. It's a badge of destruction. It's a badge of filth. And you can do things greater. You can set an example. You can create a new generation for your family, but you have to start now. No longer are you the what do you call them? Baby kids. No. That ain't the house. The house of Uriah ain't baby kids. The house of Kadash ain't baby kids. The house of Tara ain't baby kids. The house of Ammon ain't baby kids, right? They're what? They're righteous, striving. This is a righteous household, right?
Yeah.
Choose ye this day whom you will serve, right? For my house is going to serve what? The Lord. That's what Joshua said. So choose this day to start trying to serve the Lord. Start learning how to serve the Most High. And watch. Destroy the opinion, destroy the bravery of the world. If the world gave you a false sense of power, and you'll see, you'll be free in mind. You'll see that the racing thoughts will stop. But read on.
And instead of a stomacher.
Oh, that's it. Jeremiah 7:34. And Ecclesiastes 4:21 we done. Jeremiah 7:34. Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 34. Because you gotta see that all these things that we experience, man, brothers, sisters, all the things that you experience has caused this. This is what got us to this point. We put ourselves in this condition, man, by giving ourselves over to the world. And then that's why we were vulnerable to where our enemies can attack us. But the Most High trying to make those things, those virtues, that's precious about a woman, that's precious about a man, He's trying to reinstill those things. But read that.
Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 34. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah.
What is going to cease? Read.
And from the streets of Jerusalem.
Right, from the streets of Jerusalem. Because cease means to stop, which is what?
The voice of mirth.
Mirth is joy, happiness. Read.
And the voice of gladness.
You've been stripped of the voice of gladness and joy. What we see that little boy in the mall yesterday? What did he do? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, so what sport you play, man? Yeah, you know, I'm a running back.
Yeah, but he blew off your eyes. Like, you wasted my time. He gave an answer. Yeah. But it was like, you wasted my time. Like a grown man talking to a grown man. Even still, it should be some form of mannerism. With adults too. But we seeing where he learned from.
Yeah.
He learned from that from his parents. Because they what? They trust in the tinkling ornaments, the nose jewels.
It almost came off like, yeah, get out of here, you annoying oil guy.
Well, he didn't know
he didn't know it like that, but
you're an annoying guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do nothing annoying.
Right.
He didn't do nothing annoying. He just asked him one. That was the first time we seen him. Asked him one question. He walking around like a grown man. He was walking like he was an adult.
Yeah.
He was walking like he was an adult. Just being rude. But why?
Oh, I was saying like, get out of here, you oil guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on, I know what you about. Like, you trying to get to know me. Like, he already knew. Like, he already playing. Like, nah, I'm going right to the car. I gotta get this. But his mannerism, like he was 25 years old. I'm like,
right. Bro, that's the state of the world, man. And that's what the Most High is trying to save brothers and sisters from. That's what He's trying to save us all from.
God.
You know, and but this was taken from us. He took this away. The Lord took your joy away. The Lord took your mirth away because you didn't value it. We didn't value it, so the Most High took it away because we didn't deserve it. We didn't deserve happiness and joy. We didn't what is it, happily ever after. You didn't deserve it because you was in sin. You was throwing your babies in the fire. So before our babies was getting smashed on rocks, we was doing what? Throwing them in the fire. To another God. Right? We was whoring around, trying to live like the Romans. Right? In Maccabees, the wicked men of Israel rose up and was doing what? They wanted to do the gymnasiums, the naked gymnasiums with those Greeks. So it's our fault. It's our fault that we don't have the joy and the gladness. Read.
The voice of the bridegroom
Uh-huh.
and the voice of the bride.
So he took away the joy from the bridegroom. Your marriage ain't happy. Right? What's the curse? You should have a wife. You should get a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Read.
And the voice of the bride, and the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate.
Right. And the bride what? Her husband is slaughtered right in front of her, then she's raped. And her mind's destroyed. She's turned into a slave. She's nurturing kids that's not her own while she's thinking about her kids that's in the system. She's a nanny, taking care of other people's kids while her kids lost in the system don't know where they're at. Read.
That was it, sir.
Oh, that was it?
Yes, sir.
Go to Ecclesiastes 4:21. That'll be it. Well, this will transition us into when we come back around to this class. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
For there is a shame
There's a what?
For there is a shame
There's a type of shame. Read.
that bringeth sin.
There's a type of shame that brings sin. Cardi B, she has a shamelessness. They don't care. They don't care about the example. They don't care about how they're affecting the youth. They don't care about how they're influencing people to be disrespectful, disobedient. They don't care the women rappers too. There's women rappers doing drill rap too. They don't care how they're influencing women to be in the street. Mm-hmm. Right? Not realizing that what? Some of these women that's rapping this stuff not even in the street life. They rapping while they're in college. Some of them. So they're not even doing that, but they're influencing these women to want to be a part of gangs who they got to get gang raped to get in the game. Right. If they don't want to get beat. Yep. So you don't choose to get beat and jumped, or you don't choose to do what? Get gang raped. To prove your loyalty. That's not a brotherhood, that's not a sisterhood. But that's the shame that brings forth sin. You call people to do spiritual suicide. So the Most High is telling our sisters, pick a side. Because there's another type of shame that can do something else. Read.
And there is a shame which is glory and grace.
That's the shamefacedness that the scriptures talk about. That modest and meek woman. That humble spirit. That spirit that they got a seasoned speech. Right? The one that the children will be like, our mother's blessed. The one that the husband safely trusts in him. That the brothers and sisters safely trust in him. Because we know and just a reminder, right? We know every sister ain't married, but for the single sister, what can you do? Get around. Get in class. Go through the steps. Do your 6 months. Join the sisterhood so you can start putting in work for the Most High. So that you're not distracted with the world. Right? If you out of town, stay in communication with the sisters. Show the Most High that you want to lay your brick. Show the Most High that you want to work your work beat time so that in his time he'll give you the reward, the peace of mind, the understanding on how to be an Israelite woman, how to live and walk this life with the spirit of discipline and care. But the Most High is showing us in this verse that there's two types of shame. There's one that can keep you in sin, and there's one that can free you from sin. The second type is what? It's humility. It's you casting away your opinion. It's you casting your cares upon the Father instead of thinking you your shield armor. You your own protector when you lead yourself to destruction. Your so-called best wisdom led you into the worst situations. So the Most High is saying choose the shame that will lead you to glory and grace. To where now you can start using what the Most High has given us in the right way. The Most High bestowed the grace upon the brothers and sisters, the nation of Israel. So the sisters got to use the grace too. Your husband can't use your grace that the Most High is giving you for you. You got to tap into it, right? A brother or sister, the priest, for a single sister, right? The priest and the elder sister can't tap into the grace for you. You got to use your grace to learn how to be this righteous woman. You got to stop lying to yourself. You got to start saying, I got to make the changes. But the point is what? What's your purpose? What's your mission? What's your goal? so that you can get into the kingdom. It's the change. It's the change, and it's the giving yourself to recognizing you have to change. You have to change. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck in sin. And you can't stay stuck in sin knowing the knowledge. That'll make you worse off in the mind. Because you know better. But then you're battling, and then now your mind's confused. But if you just give in to what the Most High is telling you to do, you make the right choice and give in to the Spirit of the Lord, you'll see the growth. You'll see the growth. You'll see the peace. You'll see the love. You'll see the harmony in the household. You'll see the difference in yourself. And you're like, dang, I didn't know I can control my thoughts the way I am now. Dang, I didn't know what it felt like to not go from being angry to sad in a day. It's never been a lifetime. I didn't know that exists on earth. But it does. It does when you give yourself to the Most High. It does when you try the Spirit by the Spirit. And that's just you what? It starts off with you just coming to class and saying, let me change. And learning the details particular to what you battle with to get that change. But that's class. Did anybody have questions on that?
Nah.
Y'all understood the topic, right?
Come.
I'm gonna get by the person. By the camera. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's class. So hopefully brothers and sisters ate off of that. Hopefully he was able to digest the information. And obviously, I'm pretty sure 90% of the brothers online, you have brothers and sisters number. So if there's something that we didn't speak about, an angle that wasn't brought out that you felt, you got Kazak's number, you got Zion's number, you got Quazal's number. And if you're somebody that knows me, you got my number. So, right? So just ask. So just ask. Alright? So but with that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.